Hello and welcome back to the Willie Morgan Show with Manchester United icon Willie Morgan. It's been an interesting couple of weeks, and none more so than the moment we saw at the weekend where you returned to Old Trafford. But before we talk about that, first of all, how are you?
I'm very well. And more important than me returning to Old Trafford is that you've got a book coming out, Mr. McFadden, which I think is fantastic. I'm sure it'll be successful, no doubt. So all you out there, don't forget to buy Callum's book. I'm sure there's lots of exciting stuff behind the scenes in football. So congratulations, I think it's great.
No, I really appreciate that. And as I say, once I've got more details, I'll let all the listeners and things know. But it's an exciting project, and thanks as always for your support.
It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Anyway, now Old Trafford, yes, it was great to go back. Been a long time. I don't know. It's just one of those things. It was nice to meet two old players, Mick Martin and Arnie Sidebottom. It was great to meet up with him again, and also lots of old faces, including Alex Ferguson, who presented us with the medal, and it was nice. It was lovely. We had a good chat, and also met up with Ian McShane. I don't know if the listeners or the viewers will remember Ian, but should do. One of the great actors, still acting, of course. He was collecting the medal on behalf of his dad, Harry McShane, who was on the staff when I joined United '68, having previously obviously played for them. So it was nice to meet Ian. He lives out in LA, and we obviously have lots of mutual friends. It was great catching up with him, a long chat. So yeah, all in all, my both my grandkids, Alex and Jessica. Jessica loved it. Jessica loved it. She's obviously never seen a football match before. She loved it. And after 4 minutes, we were thinking about going home. But it turned out well in the end. I mean, it was just great to win. The fact that we were there, it wasn't the best, but it was a great result. Talking of which, all you listeners and viewers, Vincent, can I tell you, this is before the match. Not only did he want to double the bet to £40, but wanted to add another £10. So it is now, folks, £50 our bet. Obviously, Manchester to finish above Newcastle. So as much as I dislike Liverpool, as you all know, what a great result. Thanks, Liverpool. When I saw them were 1-0 down, well, Newcastle were 1-0 up and Liverpool were down to 10 men, I thought, oh, he'll be sitting crowing and laughing. And anyway, talking of which, I've got to congratulate Vincent. He broke 100 for the first time. You know, he's taken up golf, folks, and he's out there every morning. He's out there at 6:30 in the morning playing. Anyway, he broke 100, and he's now got a handicap of 28. So I know you're listening, Vincent. So we'll see how we go. I'm happy with the three points in front at the moment. I mean,
yeah, I think that's the way to go about it. Take the 3 points, and Vincent will be sweating. So he was sweating about losing that money.
Oh, I can tell you, he was laughing when we were 2-0 down after 4 minutes. But yeah, no. So other than that, yeah, it's all good. I had amazing how they find you, but I had my first mail. I hate saying fan mail, but my first mail from Korea. I mean, I get it. They come from all over. I mean, Vietnam, Hong Kong, Australia, Russia even, but Korea. So I've actually literally about an hour ago, just posted it back. It was some photographs to sign from someone in Korea. So there you go, Callum.
That's it. The fans are still worldwide, even now.
It's amazing. It is amazing, and it's nice that how they find you, I don't know, but it's very humbling.
Absolutely, and you deserve it for the great career that you had. And in terms of the medal, I suppose, is the feeling better late than never? It's good to finally have that after you earned it all those years ago.
For different reasons though, because Arnie and Mick, we sat together. We were in the director's room having dinner or lunch, and then in the director's box. And they said, well, they know why they were getting it, because the FA changed the rules to say, I don't know exactly what it is, but if you played in any games, you're entitled to it. And as Mick said, it's not your case because you played in every game. So it couldn't have been that for you. No, I think we know what it is for me. We mentioned it the last time. So anyway, yes, of course, it's nice. It's nice to get one after all this time. 49 years. It passes so quickly.
In terms of the game itself, as you mentioned, United went 2-0 down inside 4 minutes. Everyone's looking around thinking, what on earth is going on here? But they turn it around, they win 3-2. What was your opinion of the game overall?
Well, obviously, the fact that we won was great. Would I want to put money on them to win the league? No, of course not. Finishing above Newcastle is a different thing. No, we're a long way to go. And it's amazing. They're still there. They're still there. You know what I'm talking about. The players that got on the job are still there. And they'll get him fired if he doesn't get rid of them. So it's crazy. I can't believe that they're still there. So anyway, he obviously knows better. Or maybe not.
They're trying to bring in a left back and another central midfielder before the transfer window closes on Friday. Is that something based on what you've seen that would be a wise move?
Wise move. Bringing 11 players would be a wise move. It was. They were very poor, sadly. They were very, very poor. And it was a beautiful. It turned out beautiful. The weather. We were worried about pouring down. I was worried about getting my hair wet when I was getting the medal going outside, but it didn't. It was a lovely day, most of it anyway. No, they've got a long way to go. Long way to go. Nottingham Forest, I'll have a bet on them, but be for relegation. They are, I know they went 2-0 up, but they have nothing. That's how bad we were. They had nothing. So we've got a long way to go yet. After last year, I thought, yeah, great, I'm going to build on it. And I hope he proves me wrong. But on what I've seen, no, I said, I can't ask or tell or advise any of you to bet them for anything.
A very fair analysis. On the other hand, I suppose what highlights how poor United have been at times is the fact that Man City have a poor game by their standards at the weekend. They're drawn 1-1 with Sheffield United. A couple of minutes to go, then they go up the other end and score the winner, which I suppose is maybe the reason that they have been champions so often, that even when they're not playing well, they can somehow pull something out of the bag.
But most teams through the years, even back in my year, most teams that won the league had results. Getting a late winner, minute to go, 0-0, they get a winner. It happens to all of them. They get the breaks, they get the luck. It goes along with winning the championship. And you do need, no one goes out and wins every game, playing fantastic football. It doesn't work like that. There are quite a lot of games where you're up against it, but you get that bit of luck and you get the goal at the right time. And yeah, they did it again. So, I mean, I thought Arsenal might, build on last year, but it looks like City again, doesn't it? I mean, it's a long way. I know we've got a long way to go, but when they get results when they're not playing well, that's a sign of a good team.
It really is, as you say. And in terms of United up next, it's Arsenal away down in London at the Emirates. How do you feel going into that game after what you witnessed?
Well, after what I witnessed, you be piling into Arsenal, and then you look at their game against West Ham. What's happened to Arsenal? So you just don't know. You just don't know. If Arsenal hadn't had a bad result against West Ham, you're saying, well, yeah, we've got no chance. But after that result, you think, yeah, they must have a chance. They're not. They're obviously not that good this year for some reason. I don't know what. So you always got to be hopeful. But on what we saw last Saturday, they've got a long way to go still. Long way to go. I mean, the 2 goals that Forest scored, you couldn't take a double-decker bus through there. I mean, it's like one long ball, goal, another long ball, goal. You think, what's going on? Crazy. But I said, all we can relax with is the fact we've got the 3 points in the end, and hopefully we can build on it. Hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely. The other big game this weekend, Celtic versus Rangers in Scotland. Celtic not had a good couple of results recently. Rangers are playing in Europe tonight, so maybe that'll take something out of them. Will you be watching that game at the weekend?
I will be watching the game at the weekend. Well, my thoughts. Taking Judas back, nah, didn't work for me. She'd never have had him back there in a million years. You know what I'm talking about.
I do, I indeed do.
Roy Rogers, absolute. Taking him back is a bad move. Bad move for me. So I think, we should, it'll be a close game. They're always fairly close anyway, but put it all, and hopefully we'll get the right result. Hopefully. But again, I won't be betting on it.
No, those types of games, as you say, you never know. Form tends to go out the window, doesn't it?
Well, it does anyway. But I mean, Celtic have not looked great. Kilmarnock, my goodness. If they can do it, then you worry about Rangers. So we'll see. Just keep our fingers crossed for both games.
No, absolutely.
You can only hope. You can only hope. You can always, have a drink to celebrate, or have a drink to commiserate. Either works. Celebrate, Callum.
Very, very true. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about again is Messi. He's just playing for fun in America, scoring goals, making assists. He went in when they were the worst team in the league. Now they've already won a trophy, and now they look as if they could win another trophy.
Yeah, I watched the match, or part of the match. His 2 assists were unbelievable. I mean, I never thought that anybody would be as good as me crossing a ball. But he is. The 2 crosses were unbelievable. And don't think they were just lobbed in there, hoping he aimed for both the players, both the headers. They're 2 great. I mean, but you know what I think? He's a genius. That simple. He is a genius. And long may he keep playing. He's a pleasure to watch. I've watched quite a few, because obviously they're all on on CNN. I can watch them on CNN, and I've been watching them scoring the goals, and now the 2 assists. Because when it come on and said, "Oh, been a bad day because Lionel didn't score any goals today," I thought, "Oh my God, they must have got beat for the first time," because they've not been beaten, I don't think.
No, since he went in.
But he said he had a good part in the game, and then they showed it. That's great. Well, he just, the only thing, and in fact we're chatting about it on Saturday at the match. Why didn't you go out? Why didn't you go out and bring Lionel Messi to Old Trafford? It's the greatest mecca for football on the planet, and he's the best player on the planet. Go and get him. Go and get him. Even if he just plays himself, would have more chance. And a goalie. No, you have to have a goalie. Just a goalie and Lionel Messi, I think, would win the league.
Yeah, absolutely. You would come very close.
I'm telling you, he's a genius. He's brilliant. The lad is brilliant. I mean, obviously everyone knows that. But he is the greatest player on the planet. And along with Pelé, the 2 greatest players that's ever lived. In my opinion, obviously. So no, long may it continue. When he went there, and I think, why would you do that? Why would you put yourself into the worst team in the American League? I mean, they're going to destroy you because you're only as good as the people around you, Callum. It doesn't matter how good you are. But he's lifted them. Whatever he's done, they all want to play. They all, and it's fabulous. I just love it. I think it's great.
Absolutely. As always, we've got many questions from the listeners. First one comes from John. He asks, did you take your boots to Old Trafford at the weekend just in case you got onto the pitch as a player?
Never. I put them in the boot, John. I had them in the back of the car just in case. You never know. Sadly, they didn't ask me, but yeah, I even cleaned them. I even cleaned them. No, only kidding. The one thing when I went out to get the medal and actually went up onto the pitch, John, the pitch is like a billiard table. It's unbelievable. To play on that would be a dream because we didn't play on pitches like that ever. God, and I was saying, funny enough, Mick Martin and Arnie went back and said, "Willie, what would you and George be on that pitch?" I said, "Yeah, it's just a dream. It would be the pitch. The pitch is unbelievable. I've not been to the other grounds, but I would imagine most of them are the same now." And I was very envious of the players going out on that pitch. So, no, I didn't take my boots, John, but I think they're all green mouldy now. They're up in the attic somewhere.
In terms of the pitches when you played, as you say, it was a different time. There was there were like mud baths, some of them. Which team would you say had the best pitch out of all the ones you played on? Obviously, nothing like the ones today.
The best pitch. My God. Ipswich was a great pitch when they gave it the first division. Ipswich invariably had a good pitch. The worst pitch was Derby. and again, we were chatting about that on Saturday because Mick went to Derby, Mick Martin, after he left. And he said, "Willie, do you remember playing at the baseball ground?" I said, "Yeah, I do." It was like a foot of mud, just a sea of mud, the whole pitch. And you literally sank, honestly, up above your ankles. It was dreadful, the baseball ground. And we were talking about that on Saturday, as I said. Yeah, they're not like that anymore. And it's great that they're not, obviously. Can you imagine these people try to play in those? Well, they couldn't. Apart from Messi, they couldn't. They couldn't play in the pitches like that. So.
Indeed. Next one comes from Lynn. Do you think Rory McIlroy will win another major in the next year or so?
Oh, Lynn, I hope so. I hope so. I think what they did to him was diabolical. the fact that the Americans then joined up with Liv after he turned it down and spoke out against it, and Tiger, and then to amalgamate made him look dreadful. So, no, I love Rory, and my other big hope is Tommy Fleetwood. I like Tommy. I see Tommy when he's home. He lives just down the road from me here. He's a great lad, as is Rory, great lad. So either of them two, they're my first choices every time now. Now that Tiger's gone now, Tiger's finished, I think. So Rory, I said, I think he's capable. He's still the best striker of a golf ball in the world, McIlroy. It's his putting. I'm sure you know that, Lynn, as well. His putting has let him down over the last 2-3 years, although he's come back a little bit. But, if you look at his form, I think the last 10 tournaments, or the last 9 tournaments to Mecca, been in the top 10 every time and had chances to win every time. So, no, I root for him, I must tell you. I say he's a great lad, obviously a big Man United supporter as well, as I'm sure you know, Callum, do you?
Indeed.
Yeah. So either him or Tommy, Lynn, any one of those two. Pair anyone from two.
Staying on the golf and football questions, Grant has a great question, which I don't think we've had before. What would you rather win, the Masters tournament in golf or the Premier League?
Oh, Grant. What would I rather win? The Premier League, I think. It'd be a tough decision. Grant, I'd take either, to be honest. I'd take either. But if I had to have one only, it'd be in the Premier League. So, unfortunately, I'm not going to win any of them now, Grant. Because my golf's on the way down and my football's gone.
Well, I was just sitting there looking at you, Willie. I'm thinking that green jacket, I think, would look very fetching on you.
Yeah, well, it's been on some great players. I always remember with Sandy when it's Sandy Lyle. Remember that 7-iron he hit? Yeah, they hit the bunker on the last green, on the green. It must be a phenomenal feeling, but walking out, not even winning the Premier League, just walking out at Old Trafford to play a match. The buzz was unbelievable, Grant. Unbelievable. Every game. And the only thing it compared with it was playing at Hampden with Scotland. A very similar thing. You could feel you just felt the love and everything from the crowd. So, but I would still have liked to have won either one of them.
Brilliant.
Old Trafford was very special.
Last question is from Scott. Scotland play England in a few weeks' time. Will you be watching that game with the family, or will you watch it on your own for obvious reasons?
The family won't watch it with me, Scott, because I get too emotional. Yeah, when I start singing Flower of Scotland and kill all the Englishmen. So no, my family leave me alone. But we always celebrate afterwards, whoever wins, obviously. They all support England. They're all born in England, they all support England. So I'm the only one, odd man out. I'm going to have to watch the next. I'm going to have to go to Scotland and sit in a pub in Scotland and watch the next match and get some people who agree with me. Yeah, I'll watch it. Obviously, Scotland to win. But if they don't, at least I have a little buffer, knowing that my family's happy.
Indeed.
And Kay will make me dinner Well, in Scotland, she won't make me dinner. She'll just make her own dinner.
Brilliant. Before we go, obviously, your message for the listeners, as always.
Well, again, as always in the world we live in, I mean, it's getting crazier, Callum, by the minute. Watching the news, unbelievable what's going on. So, wherever you are in the world, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and may your God go with you.
As always, take care. See you soon.